And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12:7-12. On April 13th, 2023, Fox News posted a video concerning a completely AI-generated Joe Rogan podcast.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of the Joe Rogan AI Experience. I'm your host, Joe Rogan, or at least that's what this AI model thinks I sound like. Let me tell you folks, this is some next level stuff we've got going on here today. Every single word of this podcast has been generated with the help of ChatGPT, the cutting-edge AI language model developed by OpenAI. I am not the real Joe Rogan. Let me repeat it once more. I am not Joe Rogan, and the guests are not the people they portray. This is purely fiction, just for fun, so don't go around making little clips for your TikToks and make the world believe I said things I never said.
This, like every other satanic ritual event, is meant to exalt the devil and his Antichrist. And this becomes apparent when we look deeper at the symbolism hidden within this event. The date this video was posted to Fox News was April 13th. The number 13 is the number of rebellion. April 13th can also be expressed as 4, 1 plus 3, which equals 4, giving us the number 44, which points to number 44, Obama. Not only that, but according to reports, the fictional episode generated with the help of AI chatbot ChatGPT was published on YouTube on April 4th. Once again, April 4th is 44 and points to number 44, Barack Obama as well. April 13th is also the 103rd day of the year, which again gives us the number 13 for rebellion. Further, Strong's Concordance lists G103 as Ado, which means to sing the praise of anyone. Clearly, their intent is to sing the praises of their false messiah, number 44, Obama.
Satan is his father, not Guy. He came up from hell and begat a son of mortal woman. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Satan is his father, and his name is Adrian. He shall overthrow the mighty and lay waste their temples. He shall redeem the despised and wreak vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail Adrian! Hail Adrian! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
If you have been following this body of work, then you may remember that last year on May 31st, 2022, I posted a video called Terminator Judgment Day, A Dark Fate Awaits Non-Believers. In this video, I pointed out that the artificial intelligence called Skynet in the movie Terminator
Skynet gets built. Who's responsible?
actually went online on August 4th, Obama's birthday.
Cobra. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense.
Also showed how the Terminator, which is run by AI, is called a Rev 9 model.
I can't fight it if I don't know what we're up against.
It's a Rev 9 model. You don't fight it. You run from it.
This is meant to point to Revelation 9, 1 through 11, the locusts, which are demonic, unclean spirits that come out of the bottomless pit, and their leader, the angel and king of the bottomless pit, Abaddon or Polygon, who indwells the son of perdition, according to Revelation 17:11, which declares, "And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition." Moreover, the artificial intelligence in Terminator, called Skynet, is actually later on identified as Legion.
Yeah, but who sent it? Not who. What? And it wasn't some Skynet thing in the future that actually happened. It's called Legion.
Legion.
An AI built for cyber warfare.
Legion.
We know that Legion is the name for the demonic, unclean spirits that possessed a man in the scriptures, as found in Mark 5, 1 through 13, which declares, "And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him, and always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice, and said, What have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee, by God, that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. It is not a coincidence then that the report about Joe Rogan's AI-generated podcast mentions the movie Terminator. Therefore, we can be sure that the artificial intelligence they are referring to in this podcast is meant as a reference to the intelligence gained by the Antichrist, who will be indwelt by the demonic, unclean spirit of the devil, the son of perdition, and king of the bottomless pit. Also, concerning Legion and the effects of demonic possession from unclean spirits over a large group or herd, which causes that group to stampede or act violently, I must mention that on April 15th, it was reported that hundreds of teens stormed downtown Chicago, smashing windows and trying to force their way into Millennium Park and the Art Institute.
Of multiple people shot at Michigan and Washington, also Michigan and Wabash. The Chicago Fire Department, we're told, is here along with paramedics and Chicago SWAT teams, all assisting in this investigation. Now, the chaos here downtown began or erupted just before 8 p.m. Several hundred young people traveling in groups, kids seen jumping barricades into Millennium Park, also jumping on top of cars. Other reports indicated large groups trying to force their way into the Art Institute. This appears to be one of those teen takeovers that we saw last year, publicized widely on social media, attracting thousands into the downtown area.
Chicago, the Windy City, points to Obama as the horned bull god, Baal, or Satan, the demon prince that rules the power or spirits which occupy the realm of the air. The fact that these rebellious children were trying to force their way into Millennium Park is important. The word millennium means a period of 1,000 years. Therefore, Millennium Park represents the Sabbath millennium, or the millennial reign of Christ, which occurs when the devil is bound for 1,000 years and Yehoshua then sets up his perfect kingdom, allowing the children of the Most High to enter into his rest. At this time, the saints of the Most High will reign over the earth with Mashiach for 1,000 years, or for a millennium. This is the true reason that these unruly, rebellious children of the devil, who were being actuated by the demonic, unclean spirits called Legion, were trying to force their way into Millennium Park. Further, this is also why they were trying to force their way into the Art Institute, or AI, as it points back to artificial intelligence or demonic possession. We saw a reference to Legion and demonic forces causing stampedes previously at Travis Scott's Astroworld concert.
It just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell.
Recently, there have been other mentions or warnings concerning AI. One such warning came in the form of a picture of LeBron James, who is called King James, that was supposedly created by AI, depicting him dressed in all pink and wearing a woman's dress.